Well, hello, everyone. It's great to have you on our call today. This is Josh Brown from DoDeals.com, and I'm extremely excited to be hosting today's training call with the cash flow king himself, Mr. Alan Schnurr. Today's call is going to be fun and full of exciting and usable content that will allow you to take action right after our call today. Now, before we get started, I would like to go ahead and do a sound check. As always, Alan, are you there?
I am. Good afternoon.
Awesome. And you ready to rock and roll?
Oh, yeah. Let's get it going.
Perfect. Well, I'm personally very excited for today's call because it's about one of my favorite things, passive cash flow. Guys, if you're looking to make more cash flow, and I'm talking real passive income here, then you want to listen carefully as Alan shows you how you can easily and quickly cash flow your dreams starting right now. I was shocked to learn that when Alan first started in this business almost 20 years ago, he was burned out, tired of his dead-end job, and basically homeless. And like a lot of people, Alan was forced to start from scratch. He started buying one houses, then two, and now he has, get this, 102 houses in his portfolio and over 650 apartment units as well. You see, early on, Alan had an amazing and profound insight on this business. He discovered that buying one house at a time was not the easiest way to our financial freedom like we've been taught for so long by so many people. Alan found out that buying bulk packages of homes or buying apartment buildings is where the real passive income is at. So on today's call, he's going to share with us how he made that transition to massive cash flow and how the timing is perfect right now for you to create a massive amount of passive income by taking advantage of today's market. Now, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and grab a pad of paper, a pen, so you can take a lot of notes, because there's going to be a lot of information that Alan is about to share with you, and it's literally worth tens of thousands of dollars to you each and every month, and you won't want to miss a second. And guys, whether you're brand new to this business or you're a seasoned professional doing 10 deals a month, the information you're going to hear today is going to change the way you make money forever. Guys, Alan is the only person I know of who's sharing information like this. He's the real deal. So listen closely, and I guarantee you'll walk away with a ton of golden nuggets to use in your business. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to the man of the hour, Mr. Alan Schnurr. Alan, are you there?
I am. Thank you very much, Josh. How's everyone doing today?
We're all awesome. All good? All good?
Okay, great. Well, I'm excited. I'm honored to be here with you today, and I'm going to share with you and our listeners today about an idea that not too many people really know about. And I'm going to share with you how you can profit from investing in apartment buildings, achieve financial freedom, and cash flow your dreams. You know, have you ever wondered what it would feel like to know you're financially free when you wake up in the morning before you put your first foot down on the floor, knowing you got cash flow coming in? And have you ever wondered what it would feel like to have properties being paid off by groups of other people? And have you ever wondered what it would feel like to know you got cash flow coming in 24 hours a day, and you never have to worry about money again, because you really can? And, you know, how many of you would like me to show you how to become financially free? How many of you want me to show you how to work less and make more? And how many of you want me to show you how one apartment deal could change your life forever? And more importantly, how many of you out there today want me to show you how to massively, successfully build a real estate investing business? Because once I do, and once I show you the money and cash flow you can make, once I just show you how easy it is, you know, with the apartments, once I show you how easy this whole entire process is, you're going to want to change your financial plans for life. I promise you that, because I went through the same process. So just quickly, a little bit about who I am, how I got started in real estate, and a little bit about my story. Well, my name's Alan, and I'm the president and CEO of Ocean Lending LLC. That's right. I have over 20 years of real estate investing experience. I've done over 175 transactions. I own over 102 single-family homes, 650 units in 7 apartment complexes, and I'm an author, international speaker, AKA known as the Cash Flow King. So just quickly before we get into my story, I want to share with you how this system has changed my life and how this system is going to change yours. I remember when I was just finishing up college, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life, and I knew that I always wanted to get involved in real estate. I'd read about passive cash flow, and I wanted all that in my life, but what can I say? I got caught up in corporate America. And 2001, I found myself working in the World Trade Center in New York City. I officed on the 101st floor, and I left September 10th for a business trip out west. And yes, I woke up September 11th in a hotel room, and what can I say? I watched the top of the World Trade Center fall. Wow. And it was devastating to me because I realized that the company that I worked for just lost around 700 out of 1,000 people, and I lost 40 out of 44 teammates. So picture this: I'm in this hotel room, and I'm there for a good week because there's no flying going on in the United States, and I rewrote my life, and from kind of like a depressed point of view. But I was taking charge again. I decided then that my wife and I were going to have that child that we thought we couldn't afford. I decided that I was going to start my own business, and I decided that I was going to get involved in real estate so I can have that cash flow coming into my life and really just control my destiny and never leave it up to anyone else. So if you can just fast forward with me a few years, we had the baby. And I started buying real estate at the time. I started buying, I think I had around 30 or 40 houses, and I started a business. So, a few years, so now my son's grown up, and I remember we're toasting marshmallows one night, and I was getting ready to put him to bed, and he goes, "Hey, Dad, I'll see you next week." And I realized I got caught up in my job again, like a lot of us do. And it was just time to stop it. And I decided the only thing I really knew at that time in my life was real estate, because I still kind of lived the same kind of lifestyle. It didn't matter if I had 30 or 40 houses. I had the same problems. I had the same concerns about bills and money and pressure. And I was dyslexic. I just, growing up, I can remember it was hard for me. I kind of never really fit in. I had a really hard time telling the difference between a P and a D and taking multiple choice exams. And I never really fit into groups before. But I knew, I just knew that I had to go for it. I had to take a chance. And I decided to just, really gear up the real estate machine. So I started buying lots of single family houses, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I got the count up to around 102 houses, and I still had the same problem. With all these houses, I did what everyone said to do. I still had the same problem. I was concerned about my bills. Just whatever the houses were making, like $50 to $100 a pop, and I had to change something. So, I decided, because I couldn't pay my bills. Can you believe it? 100 houses, and I was still having a hard time paying my bills. And gosh, the rising cost of living is just unbelievable. How much you can spend in a supermarket these days, and then a lot of us have to worry about losing our income. And a lot of us have to worry about bad credit because of the state of the economy and how hard it is to borrow money when you need it, and available credit, and just not having cash. So I needed to find some investments that were going to give me a steady source of income, and not just single family houses. And that's why we're going to be talking about apartment buildings today, because the cash flow from these apartment buildings have just made a tremendous difference in my life. So I'd like to share with you the solution that I found with my family, and that can make such a huge difference in your life too. I want to share with you today the 3 key elements of my solution that will change your lives. And if you can just sit back and accept me as your real estate mentor, someone who's been through the whole single family house gamut and who is very actively involved in apartment buildings right now, I can share with you how to create that consistent cash flow income that we all desire. Yeah. So this is the end. This is the end of all your overwhelming, and this is going to be the beginning of a new solution for everybody.
And so I tell you what, man, that decision to take action was key there. Back when you were in the hotel room, it's amazing what deciding to take action can do for your life, and I think you're a testament to that.
Thank you, I appreciate it. It hit me like a hammer. It was time to start working smarter. and not just harder, because I was still the same person and I was still caught up in kind of like all the same problems that I suffered throughout my life, and I had to break the pattern. And I forced myself into a realm of cash flow that a lot of us just don't learn, or we've learned wrong. So that's definitely one of my goals today on this call, is to explain to people that when you hear the terms cash flow, we're not just talking about 50 to a few $100s a house. We're talking 10, 20, $30,000 a building. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. So as you can hear, I love teaching. You know, it means so much to me that I can pass this information forward to my students and help other people, especially like in these difficult times we live in right now, if we're in a recession or so many people are losing their houses or worried about their income. And I have the opportunity to help people get back on track and offer them that security that they're looking for. Maybe their 401k got absolutely destroyed, and I can actually help them build their retirement accounts through real estate in a very short time. So I understand what people are feeling out there. I love getting up there in front of a classroom. It's a great exchange, and I'm teaching my students, and my students are teaching me. This is Colin. He's one of my students, and he goes, "Hey, Alan, you've allowed me to completely immerse myself in your apartment wealth of experience and have held nothing back. Whatever I need, you found ways to provide for me. You've even opened up your own buildings for property tours, pulled back the curtain from your own team and resources, trusting you as my mentor, my hands-on mentor." You know, just fantastic. Colin, a wonderful person. I bumped into him last week, and you know, he's got his spreadsheets that he's working on. He's looking at apartment buildings. He's getting so active, and it's an unbelievable. It's such a great feeling knowing that I'm affecting people like this. And you know, on this call today, please embrace this new idea of apartment buildings, and don't get caught up too much in the fear about tenants and all that stuff, because I'm going to show you really easy solutions to work with property management companies. But let's go forward here. So my 3 powerful secret strategies, I want to share this with everyone today. The first strategy, the greatest hidden source of the best deals ever found. And then the second strategy I'm going to share with everyone today is win-win funding secrets that just make all the difference. And the third powerful strategy today, the big aha on cash flow that has just, revolutionized my life, and I can see what it's doing to people around me. So let's get forward. Let's take this apart. I want to give you guys a nugget today, like Josh mentioned. I want to give you a golden nugget. If all you get from this call today, I want to share with you a secret, and it's called receivership. And I got to tell you something. Right now in the apartment business, receivership deals are where millions of dollars are. I mean, you can make so much money. And, I'll talk about millions today. I'll talk about equity capture, but I'm all about the cash flow. I mean, if you could bring an extra $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month into your household, what a difference it'll make for you and your family. So let me teach you a little bit about receivership. Step number 1, what is receivership? Let me explain it to you. You have an owner. He owns a building. He's in default. Maybe he's in default because he hasn't paid his mortgage or his loan note on time, or maybe his financing's up, or maybe he's not taking care of his building and the lender's upset. So for whatever reason, you have an owner in default. The second step to receivership is the lender then goes to a judge and forces the property into receivership. So the lender's basically saying, hey, judge, I'm not happy. We lent this person money. They're not following through with their obligations. We want to take it back. So that's step 2. Step 3, a judge says, okay. So what does he do? He appoints a receiver to manage the situation. So what that really means is the judge picks maybe like a property management company and says, there's a problem here. You have the experience and the expertise. I need you to oversee the situation while we resolve it. So now that takes us to step 4. The lender doesn't want their name on the property because it's a huge liability. There's lots of banks out there right now. They want to take back lots of properties, but think about it. They can't have their name on the property because it's just a huge liability, and it puts them at such a huge risk. So that's why they use a receiver. So step number 5, the receiver is the seller appointed by the judge, and he acts on behalf of the owner if the owner likes it or not. And this is where the big secret comes in today. This is the huge equity capture that just gets me so excited. The receivership can make you so wealthy. So let's just go over that one more time. So you have somebody who owns a property, and they want out, or the lender wants it back. A judge steps in, appoints a property management company, kind of strips the owner of all his rights. Maybe the owner's holding on because he knows he's got a few $1 million of equity there, but it doesn't matter. He's in disagreement with the terms of his loan. The bank's taking it back. The bank doesn't want to take it back in their name. They're afraid to. So, they force a sale, a ridiculous sale at a ridiculous amount of money, really cheap. I mean, you can pick up buildings here 10, 20, 30, 40 cents in the dollar. And believe me, I have over the last few months. I mean, literally, I've captured millions of dollars in equity by picking up deals in receivership, and more importantly, tens of thousands of dollars in monthly cash flow. Is that unbelievable?
That is awesome. It's also, thanks for sharing that, because a lot of guys wouldn't share the place where they find some of their best deals. So for you to give us that little honey hole, that golden nugget, that's amazing, man. That's awesome.
Awesome. Yes. So powerful. Okay, I'm going to move on here, receivership, but please, I want people to email me. When you find deals in receivership, take them seriously, and we're going to talk about how to find those deals and using brokers. So here's a deal. This is a deal that I own, and it was a receivership deal. So it's a great example of exactly what I'm talking about right now. What can I say? Just to kind of speed things up, this property, Josh, a bunch of bats attacked it. Believe it or not, wow. A colony of bats moved into the building, and it more or less just put the building out of business. The owner couldn't make the payments. The bank ended up taking back the property. It went into receivership. A property management company stepped in, and it was sold at a ridiculous price. And I knew it when I saw it. So check this out. These are the numbers on this deal. It's a 72-unit building, and I paid $1,125,000 for it. It appraised for $2,170,000. Long story short, the equity capture was $1,045,000. How many houses would you have to sell or buy to capture over $1 million of equity?
More than I want to.
Lots of work and lots of time, right?
Right.
So, but more importantly, I mean, it cash flows $15,000 to $20,000 a month. There's a little time in the sled right now. We're having a phenomenal month right now. I think we're going to break $20,000 just in the cash flow. So these deals, these receivership deals, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. I just stood up because it'll change your life. One apartment deal can change your life forever. If you had an extra $5, $10, $15, $20,000 coming into your household, maybe you'd quit the job that you can't stand and really focus on things that you want to do in life. So that's Lake Jackson, 72-unit building. This is from another one of my students, Rick. He goes, as a beginner at this, I have to tell you that I feel completely comfortable trusting Alan as a mentor and a guide. He's not only extremely knowledgeable in cash flowing apartment buildings, he embodies total mastery because he walks the walk 100%. You have truly transferred your passion and enthusiasm to my own path to securing my future through successful apartment investing.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It just warms my heart. I can make a difference like that in people's lives. And, I get to touch people, but we also get to make a lot of money at the same time. It's very empowering. So key number 2 in my process, I call it the win-win-win funding secrets. And this is like the no money down strategy. I just want to share with everybody. This is for the people that come to me and say, hey, Alan, you know what? I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and I don't have a big bank account, and I heard you need a lot of money to get involved in apartment buildings. So I want to go through key number 2 here just to tell you that you don't. You can get involved with no money down. I'm going to take you through a scenario. I had lunch with a friend last week. He told me this great story. And basically he goes, hey, Alan, you were out of town. I couldn't reach you. I found this incredible deal. And it was everything we just talked about. It was a receivership deal, judge and like a foreclosure, And let me just say that, I mean, they must have bought this property 30 cents on the dollar.
Wow.
So my friend didn't have any money to actually put in the deal. So he needed to do no money down deals. So he found the deal. He found the deal, and he also found a money partner. So, I mean, think about all the people out there right now. Think about all the people out there that have tons of money on the sidelines, tons of money in their bank accounts, their saving accounts. I mean, they're not making anything. And then someone like you comes along and shows them this incredible property. You know, you're going to take my system. I'm going to help you build your business plan for this property, and you're going to show someone that they can make a fortune. So you don't need money to get involved. Find a great deal. I show you how to find the great deals, and then pull someone else in. But I want to share with you today, I want to share with you one of my secrets, you know, but this is the point where I want you to, you know, accept me as your mentor and, you know, really just open up to these ideas. I'm going to show you ways of raising money, and I call it the PPM, Private Placement Memorandum. It's not my idea. I just started using it, and it's helped me raise millions of dollars, and it's allowed me to get in deals with no money down. So this Private Placement Memorandum is prepared by an SEC attorney. It costs over $15,000.
Wow.
It's a game changer. It's a game changer because it's no longer just a few people sitting around a coffee table talking about a real estate transaction. I mean, you show up with this 50 to 75 page document. It's the rule book. It's exactly what you're about to do. It's gone through an attorney's hand. It has all the rules and all the articles and everything that an investor would need to know about the deal that you're getting involved in. So let me tell you something.
Wow.
You know, when I used to do some deals, and yeah, I mean, I had to explain it to a room full of people. And then those people would go home and talk to the powers to be, maybe their spouse. And it's like playing a game of telephone. So everything starts losing, you know, its meaning throughout the line. So, but with the PPM, the Private Placement Memorandum, it's all right there. And it's so professional. And it was a game changer for me. I went from sitting around trying to raise millions of dollars to just emailing out the PPM, you know, the way that I'm going to show you how to do it, and having more people subscribe to my investments than I can let in. Can you imagine that? Turning people away with money?
That's awesome. It's a powerful tool. It also seems like it does the, you know, the hard part of trying to sell the deal or whatnot, you know, if that's what you want to call it, trying to tell people about it. It does it for you, so you don't have to worry about all the details, and it's all written down there for you just to give them. I like that.
Yeah. You know, so
I'm writing that down right now to give to my guy. I'm going to start using that.
You know what? Thank you. It sells the deal for you. Matter of fact, the less you say, the better off you're going to be. Let the investor go through the documents. That's what they want to see. They want to do it. They want to invest in the deal, so let them just go through all the documentation that I'm going to supply you with. Fantastic way of raising money. So, and you know what? Assumptions. We got to talk about assumptions right now too. And I'm going to take you through the process. Let's go through this whole entire process. Let's just say you're out there, you have no money. You find a great deal. Okay, well, you bring it to your money partner. So your money partner puts up some seed capital. You take my PPM, you sit down with an attorney, you create the whole business plan. Now you have a PPM. Now you find out that you can assume the existing financing in the building, so you don't even have to go get a lender, and you might have to show up with 5% down or something, but you raise that money from the money partner or use the PPM to go raise the money. I mean, it's like 1, 2, 3. I don't know why so many people think this has to be complicated. It's easier buying an apartment building than it is a single family house. Because you know when you're trying to buy a single family house, you don't have the PPM in hand, you don't have the marketing material, and I mean there's too many houses out there, you know, that had too many problems anyway. But that's not the case in the apartment business. And when you have the PPM, you know, there's plenty of money in the deal for everyone to make, and that's not the case with single family houses, right?
Right.
So this is one of my buildings, 162 unit building. And, you know, same kind of situation. These are my partners. And let me just introduce you to them. That's Dave on the right. He's my business partner. There's Pat in the middle in the green sweatshirt. Another way of raising money, ladies and gentlemen, I met Pat just sitting in the audience at my RIA investment club. So be proud of what you're doing. Share your ideas with people. You'll be amazed how much more interested they are in your ideas than you are. It's unbelievable. You take my system, you'll be turning away investors before you know it. And then, by the way, that's Will on the left. And that's just a good friend of Dave's. So you got friends and family out there and angel investors. Use my PPM. You can assume the financing from buildings, and you can buy. You can also get them in receivership at a massive discount. Again, you use the PPM, and it's going to do all the selling for you. So by the way, all four of us own this building together, 162 units. It's cash flowing $15,000 to $20,000 a month. I mean, think about it, $15,000 to $20,000 a month. And here's what's really really interesting about this. I'm going to make a comparison between single-family houses and apartment buildings. So I don't know. People think about cash flow in apartment buildings like, let's go with the houses first. What are you going to make? $100, $200, $300 a house? So look, I'm a housing expert. I can say it. I own over 100 single-family houses, and I'm lucky if I make between $150 a house. I'm doing the same thing with apartment buildings because I'm buying them so cheap right now, Josh.
That's awesome.
So the rate of return is so much more higher in apartment buildings. And, it's taken me over a decade to buy 100 houses. It took me literally less than 1 week to buy this apartment building that cash flows more than 100 houses. Is that unbelievable?
That's fantastic.
Just want to get that point across to everyone out there. So you use my marketing materials, use my PPM. I'm showing you where to go find the deals, and I'm showing you how to raise money. It's time for you to make the change in your life that you've been waiting to make. This is another one of my students, Morgan. He goes, "Hey, Alan, your coaching, motivation, and willingness to reveal everything has been more than I could ever hoped for. Every time you teach me, I get closer to my goal in the apartment business. You are a true mentor and have enabled me to burst through all the hurdles in my way. Now I know I'm going to be set for the rest of my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you."
Wow.
Yes, Morgan, yes. And he's telling me a little bit about his family last week. His wife wants to open up a school and teach American education in Chinese. Isn't that an unbelievable concept?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And, when you have that cash flow coming in your life, you can experiment and start opening up businesses like that. Once you build that foundation, so if you can get a few apartment buildings in your life and you get that extra $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month, you get rid of that job that you can't stand, and you focus on what you really want to do. Because the reality is, when you use my course, you don't have to spend a lot of time in your real estate portfolio. I literally spend, when I'm not in the field, I don't even spend 5, 10, 15 minutes a day on my portfolio because I have property management companies that do that for me, and I'll share that idea with everyone really soon. So step number 3 in my system, I call it the big aha on cash flow. You have all these vacant houses out there, right? And like I just said earlier, how much you're really going to make? Let's just say you own 100. I own 100 houses. Normally, I'd say 5 are vacant every month. So, but, they cash flow, like I said, $100 and $150 a month. What happens when you have a vacant house? We all know. There's no money coming in, so your business is collecting zero. You got to go post an ad on Craigslist or in the paper. You're going to go put some bandit signs out there. It's expensive. And not only that, it's a time. It just sucks up your time. Can't even tell you, Josh, how much time I spent driving around to all my houses to figure out if people skipped, knocking on their doors to see if they were going to pay, and then the expense of turnovers. So when it comes to a vacant apartment, right, not such a big deal. Not such a big deal at all. So let's just bring the 162 unit back into play here. We budgeted in 10 to 20 units a month to be vacant. So when you're scaling up and you're talking about the numbers like a 162 unit building, you're never going to be 100% full. Of course, you want to strive to be there. National average is around 80%, and I'm always in the high 90s just because I'm real interested in my real estate portfolio. So, but here's the point: when your house is vacant, you're very upset, right? But when you have your apartment complex and you got some vacancies, it's not a big deal. And let me tell you something. When you're working with property management companies, they're going to give you a budget, and in that budget, they're going to allocate for vacancies. So not a big deal, and you're not driving all over the place. So just another reason why I'm so much more excited right now about apartment units than single-family houses. When you're in the apartment business, the marketing machine aspect of the business, it's just built in. Your property management company takes care of it. The phones are always ringing. I show you how to make sure that happens in my course as well. So, so there's this built-in marketing machine when you buy apartment buildings. And, I'm thinking about cash flow here for a second. And Josh, everyone's learned about single-family houses and real estate and investing, and everyone's thinking, $100, $200, $300 a month, is it really worth the effort? I got to tell you something. When you're working with me and you let me mentor you, you let me be your coach, we're not talking about $100, $200, $300 a month. We're talking about $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. I got to retrain people, to think cash flow. I mean, let's face it, $100, $200, $300 a month does not pay the bills. But $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, it's not bad. It's a start, right?
Yep.
So, and so for me, I had that big aha moment when I was comparing apples to oranges, single-family houses to apartment units. And, what would really just seal the deal for me was when I got involved working with property management companies, because they do everything for you. Everything. They'll charge you 3 to 5% of the gross, and we talk about how to work with property management companies in my course. But there's enough money in the deal finally. I know this idea might sound alien for people out there who are just in the single-family house business. You can't afford property management companies to run your houses. You just can't. I own 100. So when you can bring a property management company in to run your apartment building, the question really becomes, how many PPMs can you write up and start distributing to qualified investors? And we'll go more into that in my course. So property management companies, game changer in the real estate business. It's hard to do with single-family houses. I wouldn't do it any other way with apartment buildings. Expenses are already covered. I mean, so yes, you build in the expenses for the property management company in your apartment building, and you're going to make just the same amount of cash flow if you compare units in an apartment complex to single-family houses. Matter of fact, look, I was buying apartment units for $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 each. I'm buying single-family houses for $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 each. They both make around $150 each. It's like 3 to 1, right, Josh?
That's right.
Okay, so that's like my big aha cash flow moment. It's all units. Stop thinking single-family houses. It's units. What did you pay for it, and what's your return? Hire a property management company to run your real estate portfolio. Again, so this is a building where we make $150 a door, and there's 162 units there, and I sure as hell have a lot more of those units than I do single-family houses. But single-family houses are spread out all over the town, and this is all in one location, easy to run, easy marketing machine, and not only that, quite frankly, I only go there to take a picture for maybe like my PowerPoint here. It's on right. It's just my property management company does everything. The numbers are all online. I share with people in my system how to run their apartment business from home in their kitchen. Isn't that great?
That's awesome. I mean, it's basically you're just finding the great deals and structuring them and letting everybody else do the hard work. I like that. It's fantastic.
Hey, so this is one that we just opened up. This is our grand opening a few weeks ago. I have, there's me on the left, everybody, and there's my partner, Dave, and maybe you guys can help me out there. I live in a vacuum. We don't watch television in my house. I have Netflix and stuff like that. And I just found out, I guess there's a football strike out there. So that's a football player. Came down to, sign autographs. We paid him to show up for an hour. We had this grand opening. The kids loved it. He's from Detroit, so I couldn't figure out until yesterday why the heck someone from Detroit is in Houston right now. But this is what I'm doing. When single-family house business, it's a time-consuming, very difficult, trying business. When you have one vacancy, well, you're 100% empty. But in the apartment business, I mean, this is what we're having fun. We're creating cash flow. That's Rui and Frank on the right there. They're investors in the deal. We're having fun. We're cleaning up the community, and we're capturing these receivership deals. We're buying them 10, 20, 30, 40 cents on the dollar. We're fixing them up. We're rehabbing. This is a fantastic deal. Bought it for just a few $1,000s a door. It's going to be worth $15,000 to $20,000 a door when we're done with the rehab. But heck, I mean, get me to the next building. I mean, this is just cash flow. I want the cash flow in my life so I can be outside doing the things that I want to do. So, this is from Randy. Let me share this story with you. He's another one of my students. Took my seminar recently. Learning apartment investing from Alan is completely different. He's so patient. He's never made me or anyone else feel dumb about asking any question I had. I have renewed inspiration and confidence to take care of my family and those in need around me using Alan's investment strategies. I truly appreciate you. I truly appreciate everything you've done for me. Best wishes, Randy. Wow. I mean, just great stuff. It warms my heart, and Randy understands the concept of cash flowing investments, and he owns some apartment buildings, and we're going to be buying apartment buildings together as well. And again, I mean, I'm training him. He's learning how I do it, and we're going to be out there, just building legacies for our family. It's awesome. It's awesome that you get to, change your community, supply housing, and make money. So just imagine, these are some of the trips that I've taken in the last 12 months. On the upper right-hand corner, I'm racing camels at night in between the pyramids in Egypt, in Giza, before that whole place fell apart over the last few months. Or on the upper left-hand corner, I'm in Japan. I spend 2 months a year there from Japan, and I put my son in school. He's 7 years old. He's bilingual now. It's awesome. And not only that, I share with you in my course how to run your real estate business online, and I do it anywhere in the world. I mean, I was in Okinawa last summer, woke up in the middle of the night, went down to the lobby, logged onto a computer, and bang, I could see exactly my vacancy rates, my economic rate, my physical rates. And I could see all these ratios that I share with people in my courses, and I could do it anywhere in the world. I can live my life any way I want to. In the lower hand corner here, left-hand corner, we're in Hawaii, and in the middle there, we're just that's Grand Cayman. Josh, you know why they call it the Grand Cayman?
No, why is that? Because
everything you do there costs $1,000. But you know what? It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what things cost anymore. I'm cash flowing my dreams, and I want to show people how to cash flow their dreams. And investing in apartment buildings is just a way of doing it. I mean, I can show people down to the unit. You tell me if you need $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month to live on. I'll show you different scenarios on what kind of buildings you need to buy, what kind of unit mixes, what you can expect to make. We'll break it down to the single unit, so you can have a plan in your hand. And when you wake up in the morning, you're just juicing your jazz and you're ready to really hit it hard. And if you're doing something maybe you don't like to do right now, well, think about the plan that you have. And start planning your escape with me. So let me ask you something. If I could, who out there who wants to see the program that's helped me make millions of dollars for me, my partners, and my students? So what we have right now, this is a massive apartment cash flow system. This is it. This is my life's work. It's taken me over 2 decades to put this down. Now, I know everyone, you can hear all the ums and the pauses here. I don't do this for a living. And, it makes me even a little nervous. But you know what? I put this whole thing together. This is my life's work, 2 decades. I wrote it. And I'm including everything you're going to need to do to build yourself a massive apartment cash flow system. And in my course, some of the features and benefits that you're going to find, you're going to find out the more doors, the more cash flow. This is a complete A to Z business in a box. Financial freedom. significantly speed up your learning curve, and cash flow your dreams quicker. It's my passion to share that with people. Massive Apartment Cash Flow System, everything you'll ever need to cash flow your dreams with Massive Apartment Cash Flow. Over 22 hours of hands-on live training videos to walk you through every aspect of the business from start to finish. You're going to get 8 easy-to-implement modules with my entire proven, street-tested apartment investing system. Plus, you're going to get weekly coaching calls with me, and I'm going to help you along the way, every step.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, my students pay me over $10,000 a 3-day seminar. We just had one around, I want to say 8 weeks ago. We recorded it. And you're going to get the same ideas, the same content in this 22-hour seminar. They pay me over $10,000, and today that is included in the package that we're here talking about. And what you're going to find in Module 1, I call it the foundation, why apartment buildings are the ideal wealth builders, how to safely get started, how to choose the amount of money you want to make, how to create foolproof financial plans, how to find the superstars to join your team. You're going to learn the advantages of owning apartment buildings compared to houses. And you know what? Why the Massive Apartment Cash Flow System is your only protection against inflation, creating your own apartment portfolio, $1,000 value. In Module 2, well, this is the cherry picking the hot deals module. How to get pre-qualified. I'm going to show you how to decide what kind of property to buy, how to develop a property strategy, creating value, the keys to massive profits, rehabbing apartments, how to get it done affordably, fast, never get burned, how to find the great deals, master the art of buying in market cycles, all in Module 2, another $1,000 value. Module 3, understanding key financial ratios, traditional valuation approaches, financial statements. We use financial statements from my buildings, income statements, balance sheets, rent rolls. Step 3, understanding key financial ratios, rules and tools, and what's happening out there in the refinance game in the United States. Another $1,000 value. Module 4, well, this is my feasibility and due diligence model. I'm going to take you through financial analysis. I'm going to share with you what a PCA and a BOV is. I'm going to take you through the end of feasibility. I'm going to explain to you exactly what to expect when you're in your due diligence process, and I'm going to show you how to write offers that always get accepted. Another $1,000 value. In Module 5, well, this is my no money down funding strategies. Tapping into multiple sources of funding, financing your acquisition, types of real estate loans, and my private placement memorandum. Private placement memorandum, my PPM, a game changer. This is a $16,000 value. In Module 6, well, this is closing the deal. I'm going to share with you contracts between buyers and sellers. I'm going to share with you current rent rolls so you know what to look for. I'm going to share with you what kind of insurance you need. We're going to go through surveys, appraisals, environmental reports. I'm going to make sure you're ready. Another $1,000 value. Module 7. Well, this is the filling vacancies and managing for cash flow. How to fill your vacancies quickly and manage for cash flow. Staffing, security, make-ready status, ways to fill vacancies, management companies, handling repairs, eviction process. I'm going to share with you the software programs that I use to build and run my empire that will make all the difference in your world so you can do it anywhere from the world. Module 7, another $1,000 value. In Module 8, well, you're going to learn my complete list of exit strategies for massive wealth. Very powerful, another $1,000 value. In Module 9, well, this is going to be my instant credibility proof of funds letter. Use my $2 million proof of funds letter. You're going to be able to walk into a bank with your head held high, knowing you're going to be taken seriously. This virtually guarantees funding. Send me the details on your deal, and I'm going to help you evaluate it so I can better prepare you to sit down with your banker. Priceless, another $1,000 value. Well, we're also going to include today my apartment investing financial freedom blueprint. Step-by-step blueprint guides you through starting and running a successful, profitable apartment investment business. Easy to follow, duplicate, based on my very strategies that run my 650 apartment units and my 102 single-family house portfolio. Just follow the plan, and you can have the same results too. Another $1,000 value. Easy to use forms and contracts, legal libraries in my system as well. You're going to get the forms, the contracts, the Word docs, the Excel spreadsheets, all in one easy access location online for you. Same forms that I use in my business every day. Another $1,000 value. So in my system, my apartment investing financial freedom system. Let's take a look at what you're going to get today. You're going to get Module 1, the foundation. Module 2, cherry picking the hot deals. Module 3, understanding the key financial ratios. Module 4, feasibility and due diligence. Module 5, no money down funding strategies. And in Module 6, closing the deal. And Module 7, well, I'm going to share with you how to keep those units full, filling vacancies and managing cash flow. Module 8, exit strategies for massive wealth. And you're also going to get today instant credibility proof of funds letter, apartment investing financial freedom blueprint, and you're going to get easy to use forms and contracts legal library. Woo. Ladies and gentlemen, if you bought that from me separately, it would cost you over $26,000. Now, I'm not here to sell you anything close to that price. If you went out on your own and you paid for these services, it probably cost you over $250,000. So let me ask you a question. If all this system did for you, is help you buy one apartment building and you made an extra, I don't know, $10,000 or $20,000 a month, because that's easy, would it be worth the investment? And if all this system did for you was help you buy an apartment building and you flipped it for $200,000 to another investor, would it be worth the investment? And more importantly, if all this system did for you was help you achieve the financial freedom for you and your family and the cash flow so you can spend more time with them, would it be worth the investment? So what I'm going to do here today for your risk-free investment, I'm going to have this for $749, 2 easy payments. That's right, 2 small easy payments of $749. You're going to get the whole entire system. You're going to get the 8 modules. You're going to get the proof of funds letter. You're going to get online access to my platform so you can download forms when you need them. And you know what? You're also going to get my 100% ironclad money-back guarantee. Take action now. Try this complete system for 90 days. If you aren't amazed at how easy it is to invest in apartment buildings, simply send it back, and I'm going to issue you a 100% refund, no questions asked. Let me ask you something. Who out there wants some more bonuses? Josh, would it be okay? Can we go a little over time here? Can I throw out some more bonuses?
Heck yeah,
okay.
Man.
All right, well, here's what I'm going to do, because I really want to make sure that you're fully loaded and you know exactly what to expect out there. And that's why I'm throwing in bonus number 1. This is inside a banker's mind. So this is a banker that I interviewed who has actually lent me a few $1 million. And this is an expert interview with a banker. So basically you can know what to expect. You can learn how to create a long-lasting lending relationship, how to get actual people at the bank who do the lending. I don't want you talking to the wrong people. And you're also going to learn what a banker expects from a borrower. And you know what a borrower should expect from a banker. That's in my first bonus today. That's a $500 value. I'm going to throw in a second bonus today. This is getting brokers to work for you. Very important, because I know a lot of you are still working full-time, and you need to have good people out there, finding you the best possible deals. So this is an expert interview with one of my real estate brokers, and they're going to show you how to create a long-lasting and profitable relationship with your brokers. And you know what? More importantly, they're going to show you how to get on the A list. How to get on the A list of a broker and stay on that A list so you're the first phone call when that incredible receivership deal comes, or when there's just an absolute steal the deal, that's what I call it, out there to get you an incredible buy. So getting brokers to work with you is going to be my second bonus today. Another $500 bonus. I have a third bonus today, and this is protecting yourself and protecting your property. This is an expert interview with a police officer that's on my payroll. This is just priceless. You know what? You're buying a community, and you got to know how to protect your community, and you're going to learn in this video from this officer how to create a safe apartment environment, what to look for when you're screening tenants, and a breakdown on tattoos. Not everybody's walking around with a tattoo on their arm that says I love mom anymore. Now look, I don't expect you to be doing all this. I expect your property management company to be doing it, but you should know what to expect of them. So that's why this is a very important bonus. Again, it's another $500 value, and I'm going to throw it into the system today. And I'm going to, you know what, today, a fourth bonus, avoiding hidden time bombs. This is an expert interview with a commercial plumber. You know, I know a lot of you are concerned about what's going on underneath those apartment buildings because you can't see. Well, this expert, he takes time out and he's going to share with you, you know, what to look for in the pipes and the plumbing and how to send down cameras. Of course, you're not going to be doing it, but you could send cameras down and see what's going on in the plumbing and the pipes, and that's the end of any concern you should have. How to fix things right, how to keep your plumbing in good shape, and how to save money on your bills, on your water bills and your sewage bill. And you can make a fortune if you can cut back on that kind of expense. Another $500 value. It's my fourth bonus. Fifth bonus, apartment property video tour. It's the best way to learn. I fully believe in immersion. You wouldn't learn a language from just reading a book. Why not, you know, come on a tour with me at my 34-unit complex and 162-unit complex, and you're going to discover how to make your units ready. You're going to discover how to save tens of thousands of dollars rehabbing your units. I'm also going to share with you in this video how to save thousands of dollars on your turnovers when people move out. You're also going to learn how to attract tenants and keep them. You know, lock the back door. It's one of my secrets. Someone moves into your building, lock the back door, and I'm going to share with you how to keep your tenants happy and also what kind of amenities they would like. Bonus number 5, apartment property video tour. I'm throwing it in for another $500 value. You can have it. Bonus number 6 today, property management operations manuals. Well, this is the key to successful property management, and everything's included. Every question, concern, issue that might ever pop up is covered in my manual. You'd be lost without it. Again, okay, so if you want to manage your own properties, go for it. If you don't, well, you have a manual, and you'll know how to watch your property managers. $500 value. I'm throwing it in. Another bonus today, number 7. Employee handbook and HR manual. Let's face it, most of us have never had to worry about employees or HR issues before, right? Well, guess what? With my employee handbook and HR manual, you still won't have to worry about it, but you're gonna be completely prepared for anything that comes up. Bonus number 7, another $500 value. I'm going to keep going. Bonus number 8, well, this is my deal evaluator software. And this is just going to save you so much time. Just plug in a few numbers. I'm going to share with you my performas and my spreadsheets. It's all going to be online for you. And I mean, what used to take me days and weeks, you'll be able to do in minutes. And not only that, once you do it in minutes, if you want my opinion, you'll be able to email it to me. Another $500 value. Bonus number 9, how to market yourself. You know, don't go it alone. Don't be the Lone Ranger. You're going to run out of money in real estate if you don't start partnering up with people. And, you know, that's just been one of the keys to my success. And I'm going to be sharing with you my PPM and how to raise millions of dollars, the 3 keys to creating instant credibility, how to get yes from potential investors, and designing a win-win deal that attracts high-level investors. Another $500 value. Should I keep going, Josh?
Absolutely.
Fast action bonuses. Fast action bonus. This is going to be hold your hand gold coaching. 5 live bi-weekly question and answer coaching webinars. Get any and all your questions answered, recorded, uploaded to a members area. Send your questions in advance or just ask live, and you decide. So the first live coaching webinar is going to start next Wednesday. So you need to act now and get on that first call with me so I have incredible content prepared for you. So I want to see you on that call next Wednesday. Another $500 value. So in my massive apartment cash flow system, in this amazing system, this system in a box, my life's work, apartment investing financial freedom system. You're getting module 1, the foundation. Module 2, cherry picking the hot deals. Module 3, understanding the key financial ratios. Module 4, feasibility and due diligence. Module 5, no money down funding strategies. Module 6, closing the deal. Module 7, filling vacancies and managing for cash flow. And Module 8, exit strategies for massive wealth. I'm also throwing in today my instant credibility proof of funds letter, apartment investing financial freedom blueprint, and my easy-to-use forms and contracts legal library. You're also going to get today the bonuses. Bonus number 1, inside a banker's mind. Bonus number 2, getting brokers to work for you. Bonus number 3, protecting yourself and your property. Bonus number 4, avoiding hidden time bombs. Bonus number 5, apartment property video tour. Bonus number 6, property management operation manual. Bonus number 7, employee handbook and HR manual. Bonus number 8, deal evaluator software. Bonus number 9, how to market yourself. And you're going to get the fast action bonus today, hold your hand gold coaching.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, $30,000. This would cost you over $30,000. Again, I'm here to sell you something that costs $30,000, but this would cost you over $30,000. And if I told you you can make millions of dollars and all you had to do is invest $30,000, of course you would do it. But what I'm going to do today is I'm knocking that price down to 2 small, easy payments of $749. Let me ask you a question. When would now be the time for you to start living the life of your dreams? And when would now be a good time for you to, get that cash flow you always wanted? And when would now be a good time for you to get involved in a real estate program that works? The timing is impeccable right now. And the cash flow, well, no cash flows like apartment real estate right now. All you have to do is copy the web link down there, www.dodeals.com/king. Again, www.dodeals.com/king. Paste that into your browser, go to the website, and sign up. And let me tell you something that's absolutely incredible about the system. We put this all online for you. So when you sign up now, and you do the right thing, and you sign up right now, www.dodeals.com/king, you're going to get complete access to the system right away. You don't have to wait around for your mail to come. You can start doing this right now. www.dodeals.com/king. 2 easy payments of $749. Josh?
That's fantastic. That's what a great deal, man.
You know what? I'm going to throw in one more deal because I'm thinking here. What's going to drive everyone over the top? Because I'm just thinking, what if I could do something even better than this?
Yeah,
if I could do something even better than this,
I don't know what you could do to be better, but I'll tell you what.
Well, I'm doing it right now. Who wants to get everything for free? Who out there wants to get this system for free? I have 3 ways you can get this for free. Do any of these 3 ways, and I'm going to buy your course for you. Bring me a deal, invest in a deal with me, or learn how to do your own deal and give me a testimony, and you can have this system for free. But I have to train you first. You need to do it my way because my way works. I need to train you first. Bring me a deal, invest in a deal, or learn how to do your own deal, and I will buy your course for you. Go to www.dodeals.com/king. Sign up now. I want to see you on that web call next Wednesday night. All right, wow. Josh.
Wow, Alan, that is amazing. What an offer, man. I mean, you've thought of everything from start to finish, from finding them, getting them funded, getting them filled, getting other people to do all the hard work to take care of them, man. What a great offer. And to do it for 2 small, easy payments, $749. Guys, you can jump on that by going to dodeals.com/king, King. dodeals.com/king, and you're going to want to hurry. The one thing I saw in there, well, there's 2 amazing things in here. Number 1, all you have to do is do a deal, bring Alan a deal, or what was the third thing there?
Or do your own deal. I mean, I'd love to see do your own deal, but just follow my system and give me a testimony because we're going to be friends for life.
That's great.
You do a deal, if I have any kind of influence, I'm bringing cash flow into your life. We are going to be brothers and sisters. We're going down the same path. And once you see this cash flow coming into your life, you're going to want to tell me about it. And I want to tell you about my cash flow. So bring it on. www.dodeals.com/king. And, like I said, you can have the system. You can have it for free.
Right. You really have nothing to lose. I mean, you have an outstanding 100% money-back guarantee that covers them for 90 days. They have nothing to worry about. So, get on there, dodeals.com/king, get your system, get started, and do a deal. Bring out a deal. Do whatever you have to do. There's 3 different ways to get the system for free. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your family. you owe it to the world to get out there and make some money using the system, because Alan has thought of everything and he's helping you every step along the way. And don't forget, yeah.
I was going to say, you mentioned family, because let me, maybe, if you feel like if you know somebody or someone in your family can benefit from these ideas, think about how much further they'd be along if they can receive my training and read now and learn and watch videos on how to buy apartment buildings and the receivership and make all this cash flow. But John, I can't give away everything for free. So here's what I have right now. For the first 10, this applies for the first 10 people. I have certificates here. The first 10 people that sign up right now, you can get it for free. Do it, like I said, do it any 3 ways, and I will pay for your course. But I can only do it for the first 10 people. Okay, Josh?
You guys better jump on it. Yeah, that's absolutely fair, man. You have to reward fast action takers. I totally get it. And you can't do it for everybody. So, guys, jump on this now. Go do it. DoDeals.com/King and get your order in right now while you're talking. You have our permission to hang up the phone and go place your orders. DoDeals.com/King. Get your order in the first 10 so you can be one of the first 10 people that gets this for free. And you get a system that's going to have you making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 just when you get started per month of cash flow, real spendable cash flow. That's amazing, man. What a great system. You've thought of everything, Ellen, and I really I appreciate you for coming on here and sharing so much of yourself and your system. You're a passionate mentor to a lot of people, and we really appreciate it. All right, Alan. Well, actually, I've got a few questions that have come in while you've been talking and sharing so much information. Do you mind answering a few of these questions tonight?
No, I'd love to. Awesome. Bring it on.
Cool. So here we go. I'm just going to try to there's a ton here, so trying to read them is getting like reading Chinese, Mandarin. Here's one. How can you finance your first deal if you have no money?
Oh, that's an easy one. Go find an incredible deal. You go find an incredible deal, and then you go find a money partner and partner up with them. I know people that do that all the time. You deserve to get half of that cash flow if you find the incredible deal. Because I'll tell you what, there's a lot more money out there. There's a lot more people out there that have money than incredible deals. You reward yourself. You find a deal. You find a person that has money, and use my training, and you use my manuals, and you create a PPM. I make it so easy for you. So, yes, you can absolutely do your own deals with no money down. And you can assume the financing on some of these apartment buildings, and plenty of ways.
Cool.
Those are just 2 or 3 of my favorites.
Okay, awesome. Here's one. Is it easier to do single-family homes because there are more of them?
Well, I tell you what. I remember I was at my RIA club recently, my investment club, and I remember the speaker had asked everyone to stand up. There's probably around 1,000 people in the room. He said, if you own an apartment building, stand up. And I got to tell you, 1 or 2 people, maybe 3 people stood up, like 3% of this whole entire group. And then he asked the same question about single-family houses. And his whole point was, well, there's no competition in the apartment business. Everyone's doing single-family houses. So it's a wide-open space. Bring it on. Plenty of great deals. No competition.
That's awesome. Cool. All right, see here. There's a bunch of the same ones, so I'm trying to compile them. Is it true banks are not lending? I guess they're referring to maybe they're used to single families, but is it true banks are not lending was the question.
No, not at all. You know what? I think, unfortunately, the person that wrote that in is maybe getting caught up in all the negative hype out there. Now, there are banks lending, especially your local banks, but let's be really frank and honest with each other. If you're going to borrow from a bank to buy an apartment building, well, excuse me, it's my phone. If you're going to borrow from a bank to buy an apartment building, well, yeah, they want you to have skin in the game. So it doesn't matter how cheap you find the deal. There's not a bank on, as far as I know, that's going to lend you money without putting money down. You could bring your money partner in, but yes. So banks want you to put money down, or you better just go try to assume someone else's financing out there on an assumption in the apartment world. There's lots of them. There's lots of them. Matter of fact, when loans are originated in the apartment business, a lot of them have assumption clauses. It's okay.
Cool. Awesome. Let's see. Could you explain the difference between physical occupancy and economic occupancy?
Yeah, sure. Physical occupancy That really means is how many people actually live in the units? How many physical people are on the property in your units? So let's just say you had 100 units and 95 of them were physically occupied. So your physical occupancy is 95%. Now, the more technical question people should ask is, what's your economic occupancy? Because if we take the same example of 100 units, 95 being occupied, well, maybe only 85 are paying. So I really want to know what people are paying, bottom line. So,
Sure.
So your physical occupancy on that example is 95%. Your economic occupancy is 85%. It's a big difference.
All right, very good. Here's another one. Do I get access to everything tonight? I'll take that one. Absolutely, you guys do. When you go to dodeals.com/king, you sign up right now. You're going to get all the access to every single module, the fast action bonuses, and you'll be ready to go on your first coaching call next Wednesday. So absolutely, get your order in now so you can be one of the first 10, and you will get access to everything today. See, I'll take one more. Could you tell me a little bit about 1031 exchanges?
Yeah, sure. Ooh, so powerful. Will just explode your wealth. And I wish I learned that when I was 18 years old, Josh. Really? 1031 exchanges, it allows you to sell your properties and allows you to exchange into a like kind of property and kind of pyramid your way up without paying any taxes. So, for example, say you got maybe a fourplex, make some money on it, and sell it, flip into a 12-plex, and do the same thing. So you go 4, 8, 12, 24, 48. Before you know it, you're buying a 100-unit building, and you started with a 4-plex. You haven't paid any taxes. Now, one day you'll have to pay taxes, but that's when you're dead.
Right.
So, but what's really exciting is you're building your cash flow along the way as you get bigger. So you're making tons of money off of say a 100-unit building that kind of started from a 4-unit building. So you've pyramided your way into a massive cash flow. And let me tell you something. You could refinance that 100-unit building and pull that money out tax-free.
Wow. Man, you're constantly showing us how bright you are. You're full of awesome ideas. Very cool. All right, final question here. We've got a bunch of these. Does this work in, they're from California, Georgia, New York, New Mexico, all over the board. So basically, does this work anywhere is what they want to know.
Absolutely. Anywhere and everywhere. Let me say it again. Anywhere and everywhere does my system work.
Awesome. Very cool. All right, guys. Well, you heard it here first. Alan is full of awesome knowledge, and he's a mentor to some very successful people, and he wants to be your mentor too. So go to dodeals.com/king right now. 2 simple and easy payments of $749. Get you started investing in apartments. Get your cash flow going, and it's risk-free. If you're one of the first 10 tonight, which I don't think those spots are filled yet, they might be. Last time I looked, they weren't a few minutes ago. There's still a couple left. You can get in there. You can get started right now, and then you can get this system for free by, one of the 3 ways Alan talked about earlier. So get going now. You owe it to yourself to get started. It's going to be awesome. So thank you very much, Alan, for taking the time and being on the call. I really appreciate it. I know everybody on the call does also.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for your time. And I want to see you out there. I want to see you in the program. I look forward to working with everybody, and I'll see you on next Wednesday night's phone call.
All right, Alan. Well, you have a great night, everyone. Take care. Have a great afternoon and evening, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you very much. Good night.